You guys remember those old guy walks into a bar jokes, right? Well, I got a joke similar to that. A guy walks into an Instagram story, tells everybody that his lawyer backed out in a massive lawsuit case against a poor young girl that tragically died that he claimed wasn't real. Then he proceeds to say not only did his attorney back out, but then he doubles down on the fact that she's not real. Good luck, guy that just walked into that. What's up, everybody? I know our country isn't in the greatest place right now over the things that's happened in the last 24 hours and just based on what today is in general. But what's beautiful about our country is when lowcals come on here and moo.
Morals and rules.
You know, do their thing that we're allowed to do ours, man. Hey, freedom of speech, man. We're all taking risk, right? I guess you could say I'm taking a risk right now by going in on this old chubby Billy over here. I mean, who knows, man? You know, he could get upset enough one day to come motorboat me to death. Why did I just say that? Who knows? Man, this is what you deserve, dude. What I'm getting ready to go over right now, what I'm getting ready to talk about is what it's long time coming, man. And this is, before I get into it though, look, the definition of a lowcal, in case anybody doesn't know. A lowcal is somebody that kind of self-destructs on the internet, right? It's somebody that just unravels and just constantly crashes out on the internet. And they always have somebody to blame.
Everything Adam Calhoun does.
Never theirself, though. That never happens. But a lot of them are usually just lower class, just whoever's. But every now and again, you know, if you snort enough Adderall, you can have a pretty good fall from grace, man. But the lowcal proceeds to do is blame everybody else for the problems, continue to crash out, continue to spiral down. And as they spiral down and as they make the situation worse for themselves, they like to update folks.
The lawyer that I have
on how bad the situation has gotten. Yeah, man, that's what makes the lowcal so great, is because they don't realize they're a lowcal. I should state that too for people who, you might be new here. You might be new. You might be. Yeah, so lowcals not only embarrass the shit out of themselves, but as they continue to dig their hole deeper and deeper and throw the dirt just right back on themselves, they just give you just chef's kiss, right? One thing after another. And the lowcal that we're going to talk about today, if you hadn't figured it out already, is Ryan Upchurch, man, the lowcal himself, the main lowcal, if you will, man. It's quite surprising to see somebody of his stature just fall so far. But the series of clips that I'm getting ready to play, I literally just seen on his Instagram on my way home, and they were too good to be true, too funny to be true. And, you know, just for the sheer fact that this guy is such a piece of shit and just loves to dig into other people's business and try anything that he can to disrupt other people's lives and business, and literally takes it as far as he can. And here's an example of that. You could even literally move in to this guy's house with him, live with him for multiple years as his personal assistant, and that still doesn't exclude you from being somebody that he's willing to try to dox where you live at, intimidate, scare, say, hey, I know when you're pulling out of your driveway and when you're not, and you know, I know that means that your wife and baby is there by itself. You know, he's that guy, right? So, hey, let's tune into the lowcal now, and let's all share this big old glass of milk together. How about that?
The South is also very adamant about protecting gun laws.
What did you say they were?
Very adamant about...
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. They're abdomen about it? Is that space just below your tits?
Gabe. You want to make an extra $200, $300 a week? Let's call it $300 a week. I will pay you $300 a week to screen record everything Adam Calhoun does.
That's another trait that I forgot to mention about the lowcal, is they're super lazy. A lot of them are jobless. A lot of them just live with family, live off of grandparents. A lot of them, like I say, they just can't. They have this inability to follow through, which I think is funny because I seen somebody sharing earlier that this guy, now he's going to come out with a podcast. And literally the first thing that came to my mind was the only way that this dude has a even slight 20% chance at a podcast is if somebody else does it for him. And at the rate that he is Xing people from his life because of his schizophrenic thoughts that are Adderall fueled, he doesn't have the follow through, right? And it's funny that I said that about 4 hours ago whenever it was floating around that he's going to do this podcast. I said, nah, he doesn't have what it takes to follow through with that, so unless somebody else is willing to do it for him, it won't happen. And of course, some people argue with me, like, oh, George is he's a superhero. He can do it. So then, the very first clip that I just shared with you guys is of him not only being obsessed with Adam Calhoun and digging his hole deeper with the whole country rap scene, but he's too lazy to even screen record Adam Calhoun stuff himself, right? Because his phone is full, it's maxed out of like Parthenon stories and, the mapping of the local helicopter flight list of Tennessee.
I mean, hey, you'll have job security, that's for sure. Because he's never going to shut the fuck up, ever. He's going to continue to be a fucking loser. You'll make $200, $300 a week for a real long time.
Well, I'm glad you didn't specify on what Adam was supposed to shut up about, because it's definitely not you that he's talking about. But, I mean, honestly, it's ramped up. The last 24 hours of the Ryan Upchurch angrily chatting and stories about Adam Calhoun, he really just catches full flame whenever Adam's not talking about him at all, right? Are you jealous that he's not talking about you? So now you're gonna. But listen, man, I don't think it'll be $200-$300 a week for years to come, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna run out of money pretty soon.
It's weird that y'all start talking about that, and then the lawyer that I have.
Yeah, don't jump the gun, gotcha, man. Don't jump the gun. So I would have to watch back my definition of a lowcal earlier to see if I put this in. They're insanely unaware.
These motherfuckers finna be grayer than Dumbledore when I'm done with you. Cause you know why? Cause it's about accountability, baby. Okay. Broadnecks, Demon. Y'all God-fearing men, ain't you? Demon, I know you a God-fearing man. You mention it every goddamn time somebody's around you. I do believe in God. I do. So I have trust in God that you two are gonna fucking say something. Because if you don't, I'm gonna fucking hound the shit out of you until you do.
Yeah, that's sad. So you're begging Broadnecks and Demon to speak their piece on this? I mean, don't want to speak for other people, but I think that it's a combination of two guys who would rather not, they're not, internet people in that sense. I mean, they're obviously internet people in the sense that they have careers that are on the internet. But I think when it comes to a artist that they've both worked with and that they both associated with and that they're watching crash the fuck out, I think they decided to just not speak on it at all, as they would have to be, unfortunately, negative there, buddy. And the fact that you're begging them to speak on it just speaks volumes about the whole scorned lover angle that we've all you act like an ex-girlfriend of Adam Calhoun and these guys that you just can't accept it. We've all seen, right, a girl out there who the guy just said, hey, man, it's really not that deep. I just don't want to be with you, right? You're crazy. And that girl just freak out and just demands answers that you've already given her. And then they go reach out to all your friends and go, well, you tell me, am I crazy or not? This dude's demanding it. And he even said, I don't care if I lose money and you want to take me to court.
I don't give a fuck if you take me to court. It doesn't fucking matter. I don't give a fuck about losing money.
Bubba, you're going to want to take them to court if they say how they feel about you.
Y'all gotta say something. Y'all co-signing the fucking old Mr. fucking Yadam. You co-signing him by not fucking living by what you say and speaking up against something that is wrong.
Hey, dumbass. Also, it's not that they didn't say anything. Actually, Broadnecks went in on your dumbass too. You ever heard the song Wi-Fi? Yeah, dude, he said a lot in that. So again, not so sure if you want to beg for him to give you his wholehearted opinion, if you know what I mean.
You are associated with Adam way more than me. Even after he started his fucking bullshit that y'all know is bullshit, y'all still tangoed with him.
And this is where it gets fun too. You remember when this used to work, right? You remember when Ryan actually had this power? And look, let me just clarify something real quick. I honestly, this was a thought that I had. I was like, man, once he realizes, and that's giving him a lot of credit, right? But once he realizes that he's completely fallen off and that nobody cares what he says anymore, that his word has zero power, which is where he's at now, but he just hasn't realized it yet. But I was worried, like, man, when he realizes that, then we don't have the fun of watching this dude come on here and do this, right? And I was legitimately worried about it because it's part of my entertainment, man, and I take my entertainment seriously. I was like, man, he's not going to get on here and think that his word has power anymore, and that's going to suck, because then he's just going to be, you know, just a little shell of a human or whatever. But I was wrong. This dude's narcissist. I mean, when you literally run on railing Adderall and a lifetime of narcissism and just a weird-ass upbringing by your mom just pulling the wool over your eyes, telling you everything's fine, while she also tells you everybody yours is fine. I mean, like, we're fighting a whole different demon right here, but I thank you for it. And I'm glad, Upchurch, if I hadn't said it today, thank you for not only being a clueless lowcal on the internet and saying a bunch of dumb shit and still thinking your word has power, but for recording it and uploading it here for us to all point and laugh at, and for me to, you know, break down like I'm doing now.
Are y'all aware of any of the weird-ass shit that he's been saying about babies? I'm gonna post it, don't you worry. It's weird.
No, Church, don't post it. You mean post the video that's already up that everybody can see? So, look, here's what Adam said. So, as a rapper, as somebody that metaphorically speaks about things, Adam has single-handedly destroyed you, whether you want to say it or not. You've done this with a lot of people over your career, and if BX Beast Boy doesn't give you that in the timeline, then he just stole 10 grand from you. If your timeline says nothing less than, hey, here's all the people that you've used your power and influence to hold your thumb over, whether or not you were right or wrong in a situation, you always come out on top because everybody was scared of you messing up their internet career, messing up what they had going, messing up what they had worked for years to do, and put on all this hard work and all this music out to build up. They realized that you were the internet kid and that you held the power to make a difference. Well, you done it successfully with a lot of people, but then you went after Adam to do it, and you failed at it. He didn't buckle. He didn't fold. And as a matter of fact, he was able to turn the tides on you and to show what a little internet boy you are. Something I've been trying to do for years, but I don't have that kind of power, and I'm fine with that. I don't want that kind of power. Not only did that happen, but all those people that you managed to fuck over with zero consequences, they all of a sudden realized it was finally their day. It was their day to finally tell you, hey, motherfucker, that shit that you said and I had to keep my mouth shut over, internet boy, you don't have that power anymore. And it's a beautiful thing, dude. So Adam was sitting on a panel with Triple T, that you like to make fun of a lot, who is a decorated war vet. Go figure, you just got done asking people how American they are.
Are you fucking American, dude? Like, y'all ain't fucking acting American.
So Adam decides to, in a rap rhetoric, proceeds to say, hey, this internet boy, I literally stood up here on the internet in front of everybody and shot that dude right in the chest in broad daylight. And the dude was started to fall, and he's continued to fall since then. Matter of fact, just so people don't think I'm lying, I'll play the clip right here.
You are out of line, Adam. Just remember who fucking shot that fucking motherfucker in the chest. Point blank range in the chest, broad daylight. That motherfucker fell, and now he's just falling all apart all over the internet like a bitch. Fuck that dude. And fuck all these little nut-hugging ass faggots that ride with him.
So just remember what, Adam?
Yeah. So he said this dude's continued to fall, and fuck that bitch. Which he's talking about you when he says bitch, by the way. I don't know if you, like I said, locals are a little unaware, so just clearing it up for you.
I mean, everybody's going to remember just yesterday about what happened with Charlie Kirk. You know, that's crazy that what you said right there is kind of, I mean, no, it ain't kind of, that's what the fuck happened. He did get shot. Right in the front, broad daylight, just like you just said.
This would have worked a couple years ago. You would have had a couple thousand, maybe 100,000 people jumping down Adam's throat right now thinking that he had something to do with Charlie Kirk's death. And what a abuse of power that would have been. But thankfully you don't have it anymore. You're just a little internet boy with titties sitting on your little farm.
Charlie Kirk had kids, a wife, a family. You know, it's kind of weird, Adam. You talked in a rap song about me not being able to see my daughter when she's 2.
And again, I never thought I'd be explaining rap to a rap guy, but also you weren't always a lowcal, so now you're unaware. Yeah, he did in the lyrics say you'll be lucky if you know your daughter when she's 2, and at the rate you're going, those lyrics will go down in history. The only person that has control of that is you, though, and even though he pretty sure wasn't your friend at that time, just based on the lyrics, he was still looking out for you. Because that's a pretty good heads up, man. That's a pretty good indication that you're on some weird trip that if you don't turn it around and bounce back from, you may not know your daughter when she's 2. You are literally railing Adderalls and spinning out so fast that it's a possibility. Not to mention, you ain't gonna have anything by the time she's 2.
And then the lawyer that I have.
I keep jumping the gun. Quick, how lyrics aren't literally real life. Because in that case, you would have had to been bit by every single snake.
Deerdorf. Motherfucker, you live around here. Motherfucker, if you got a goddamn problem with me, bitch ass motherfucker, you can see me out in public.
Oh, at least the comedy bone is still intact. Man, how funny is that? That's almost as funny as watching him think that he still has some internet power over people. But for him to talk tough is quite honestly some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. It's like watching Squarework Media call somebody out to a duel. Right. Oh, he can see you, can he? We'll give him a call then and go see him. There, internet boy. Can you imagine, dude? And it's fine if you have asthma and you can't breathe, therefore you can't fight. That's fine. Just say I can't breathe and I can't fight. But don't just sit here and act so tough on the internet. Come see me, boy!
What's up with all y'all talking about me dying and people killing me? Now, it's a really weird time right now for y'all to be saying some shit like that, you know?
No weirder than last week because you were still strung out on Adderall then and starting shit with everybody possible, right? Inviting junkies over to your house to pay, 10, 11 grand for their phone? And you think it's surprising that people say that you could die? Still so crazy to try to tie this Charlie Kirk thing to you, man, and your little crybaby obsession with Adam. I mean, I can hear the nail being driven in. I don't know if it's the final one yet, but it's close to it.
Adam Calhoun, you're done, bud. You're done. After yesterday, everybody's fed the fuck up. Everybody's fed up. If you fuck with Adam Calhoun 1%, I don't ever want to talk to you at all.
You remember, I know all y'all remember, when that used to work. When he would say, everybody's fed up with you. Everybody is so fed up with you. Even the people who weren't, when they watched their little hero, right, their little tits in a red cape, say, everybody is so fed up with you, they would go, wait, yeah, I am pretty upset. Wait a minute. Fuck that guy. It used to work, and it's so cute to watch him still think that works, right? And then he proceeds. Look, it's the formula. He's done it for years. And then he follows that up by saying, you know what? If anybody so much as smells this guy's fart or plays his music or even looks at him or follows him on Instagram, whatever he said, I can't remember exactly. But it was something along the lines of, if anybody has anything to do with this guy, don't ever talk to me again. I want nothing to do with you. Well, there's only like sub 10 people that even fuck with you, dude. You're right. I mean, pretty sure you don't let Beth listen to Adam Calhoun. Last I've heard, she's not allowed to have a phone. Yeah, so what, your landscaper? Who are we talking about, dude? This shit doesn't work anymore. And I get it. You know, when you have a power for so many years, I'm sure there's some judge out there that's been retired for a couple years that still has a little gavel in his home office and slams it down once in a while just for nostalgia. Everybody's fed up. Right, guys? Right? We're all fed up, ain't we? Huh.
I'm not fucking associating with anybody that likes anything about somebody who says heinous, evil shit about babies, like Adam Calhoun did the other day.
Well, damn. You can't even talk to yourself. You remember that one baby that was at the bottom of a lake out west? You remember that baby? Man, that was some pretty heinous shit you said about her, wasn't it? Just saying.
Not gonna fuck with you. If you even fucking listen to Adam's music anymore, I don't want to talk to you.
Dude, it's clear you listen to it. You've been reciting lyrics of his for months now on multiple Instagram stories. So that's not even the funniest part. What you just tried to do there, you just try to switch it up and say, nah, man, if you try to off people for freedom of speech, I don't mess with you, man. I don't mess with you, man. And try to throw it on Adam. Dude, Adam was actually visibly upset about a guy who made it his life's mission to exercise his freedom of speech. Was visibly upset, literally got on this platform and cried tears just at the loss of this man. You, on the other hand, are upset that he, as a rapper, metaphorically said that he wanted to put one in your little chubby chest there. God, this is like the 7th time I referenced your titties.
What's up with y'all talking about the Kylie Rodney shit? Ain't nobody talked about that in a long time.
Yeah, I don't know where you've been, but we've all talked about that. It's been literally the talking point and one of the top 3 reasons of your downfall that we've all spoke on. Me personally have spoken on it a lot because it's one of the most egregious things you've done and still to this day remain completely unapologetic about it. You have no qualms about it. You have no problem with the fact that you absolutely shit on some Poor little girl. You have no problem with it. And now all of a sudden, it's just all of us talking about it. Oh, well, how did you resurface that case that's still wide the fuck open?
What's up with that? Because it's weird that y'all start talking about that, and then the lawyer that I have, well, she doesn't want to be a part of this case anymore.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what karma looks like in the flesh. Oh, man, your lawyer doesn't want anything to do with you anymore. Poor fella. Poor fella. That's got to be Adam's fault for bringing it up again, among the other 150,000 people who voice their opinion at least once a week of what a piece of shit you were for doing that to her. But hey, man, yeah, good luck on that case, old buddy.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not going to say my lawyer's name yet because I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, but...
You mean Cynthia Sherwood? Down at Sherwood Boutique in Nashville, Tennessee? Is that what you're talking about? I think any self-respecting person at this point wouldn't represent this idiot anyway. So, good luck finding a lawyer too, by the way, buddy.
Yeah, apparently after I've done all this shit involving this case, the past fucking I don't know how many years, after all the money I've paid, the deposition, all this, oh man, the money, oh my god, the money. I've spent so much money fighting this case, and the case is fucking crazy. It's so simple. I don't believe that somebody is real. I still don't believe that they're real.
Imagine that. So, all you people out there that had so much problem with me, right? And you're like, I agree with you on everything, gotcha, man. Nah, I'm with you. Yeah, nah, dude spun out, man. Yeah, nah, dude's been railing Adderall over there and just literally crashing out. But you keep on bringing up the fact that he said that about that Kylie Rodney girl, gotcha, man. And haven't you seen the video where he admitted she was real? Gotcha, man. Just lay off of him, man. He did admit she was real. Yeah. I don't want to hear that shit anymore.